From the creators wanting Jamie and Claire to have the happy ending they deserve, to a prequel with familiar faces, here's the real reason Outlander is ending after Season 8. Before you get to worrying, the showrunners want to give Jamie and Claire a good ending, no matter what. The show ending is tough news for the fans. But Catherine Busby, the president of Starz, said that while they're ending the show after a whole decade, giving Jamie and Claire a happy ending is their top priority. Ending a romance like theirs doesn't sit well with fans. After all, we've stuck with the show for this long. It's more puzzling when you realize that the book series by Diana Gabaldon isn't finished either. So why rush to end the show? This is network television, so you can't compare it to writing books. The process is completely different. Not to mention all the grueling work hours and long night shoots in the freezing cold. Something Sam Heughan has talked about a lot. Fans on Reddit think that it's a miracle that the actors stuck around for 8 seasons. By now, you bet they've gotten tired of the project. You'd feel the same way if you were doing the same thing for 10 years. Fans of the books have the upper hand here though, because they think it makes sense to end with Book 8, written on my own heart's blood, which is the primary source material for the final season of the show. Speaking of the source material for the show, Starz might think Gabaldon won't finish the book series in time, so they probably want to take the chance to land a good ending with Season 8. A Reddit user wrote that nobody knows when the author will actually finish Book 10, since Book 9 came out 7 years after Book 8 did. When it comes to the 9th, every fan agrees that it's not a good place to end the series. It has a lot of mixed reviews, a lot of irrelevant subplots that don't even include the Frasers. Starz could wait for Gabaldon to get a move on with the 10th book, but judging by her pace, it's going to take some time. Can the cast and crew really hold out? Sam Heughan said the vibe on set changed when they knew the show had to end. Starz announced that the series would be ending with an 8th season in January 2023, when filming for Season 7 was still ongoing. Obviously, the news was the heaviest for Heughan and Katrina Balfe, since they're the biggest stars and executive producers of Outlander. The Scottish actor sat down on the Happy Sad Confused podcast and revealed that the whole vibe changed. It was like every cast and crew member was hit with a hard realization. There's one more season left. They won't come back to the set after that. While some were ready to move on and embrace change, Sam made it clear that everyone was emotional. They've been working together for a crazy amount of time. Just look at his and Katrina's amazing off-screen friendship. A cast like this was bound to get close, given all the emotionally intense scenes they've had to film over the years. That's another reason why they're ready to wrap it up for good. You can only keep a job like this for so long, right? Heughan was very emotional about what he'd miss. The Scottish hunk is a complete softie through and through. So of course, he'd be on the verge of tears at Outlander's ending. Square Mile asked him what he'd miss about the series the most, to which he replied the good vibes and company on set. All the amazing friendships, even the tough routine. The actor went on to say that though routine's difficult, he loved it all the same because in the end, everyone's going through the same thing. According to Heughan, all that hard work was worth it with all the good people by his side. As for the storylines, take it from the man himself. They tie up very nicely. Speaking of the main actor, there is one big issue with Outlander ending this way, and it involves Jamie Fraser himself. What was with his ghost in Season 1? Plot hole alert. Remember that weird scene in Season 1 where Frank Randall saw a creepy looking figure watching Claire? It confused fans for a long time until Diana Gabaldon cleared it up, telling us that he's actually the ghost of Jamie Fraser, who at the time was her future husband. The time traveling bits can get confusing at times, but nothing's as mysterious as this ghost who was standing near a grave, with forget-me-not flowers around him. Talk about some dark stuff. When Redditors found out about the show ending, they voiced their concerns about this plot hole, saying that they're not sure it's going to be addressed. There's too much going on already with the American Revolution storyline, Claire's false murder charges, and Jamie's illegitimate son. Gabaldon confirmed that she's going to clear up the ghost thing in the 10th book, which is not going to come to your screens, that's for sure. So I guess fans of the TV show can kiss their dreams goodbye. As for the book fans, you can let us know how it goes down. If Gabaldon doesn't take 10 years to write the novel, another fan said that the author already told Heughan the secret, so there's a chance they could squeeze that plotline in before they finish up. But before you get all hopeful, there's a chance she doesn't let them film it. It'll spoil her own book. Plus, there will only be 10 episodes in season 8. Who knows if that's enough time to wrap up everything neatly? But there's always the upcoming Outlander prequel. Joke's on you if you thought this was the end of the Highlanders. In fact, we're going back to the beginning. Starz has officially greenlit the prequel called Outlander, Blood of My Blood. And the author is coming back as a consulting producer. Matthew B. Roberts, the showrunner of the show, is also returning, saying that the spin-off is a story all about love, set in a time where love is considered a luxury, and arranged marriages for financial gain in politics are the norm. Who's the star-crossed couple in question? Jamie Fraser's parents, of course. We're going to see how Brian Fraser and Ellen McKenzie meet and fall in love, all the hardships they face just to stay together, and a lot more they haven't revealed yet. So far, they've revealed that there will be 10 episodes in the first season, which is a pretty solid start if you ask me. The title itself is a callback to Jamie and Claire's epic romance, so the parallels are going to be off the charts in this one. But you're probably wondering if we'll see our beloved one true pairing in the show. Well, let me tell you that we might, because Starz confirmed we'd see a lot of familiar faces in the prequel. Don't be too down about Outlander ending, because the showrunners have more content than you can imagine on the way. The timeline of the prequel is set well before Jamie was even a thought in his parents' brain, making it unlikely that we'll see Hewan or Balf in it right away. Unless there are flash-forward scenes, chances of which do exist, since they can make Claire time travel to see her in-laws. Wouldn't that be amazing? Ellen and Brian's families are going to be in there too, so you can bet we'll see younger versions of Cullum and Dougal McKenzie, maybe even figure out their dynamic and why they're always at war with each other. Other than that, there's Aunt Jocasta for sure, Lord Lovat from season 2, who's technically Jamie's half-uncle and everyone's favorite guy. Murtaugh. Let's not forget that he was around when the older Frasers were falling in love. He even had a huge crush on Ellen, something Murtaugh revealed to Claire earlier in the series. There's going to be tons of Easter eggs in this prequel, since Outlander has already dropped hints about this love story. Remember back in season 1 when Jamie told Claire about how his parents eloped from Castle Leoch? That's what this prequel is essentially leading up to, even though we're sad to see the flagship show go. The Highlanders are always with us. So there you have it, from giving us a prequel with familiar faces to fill the Frasier-shaped hole in our hearts, to the creators wanting Jamie and Claire to get the happy ending they deserve. This was the real reason Outlander is ending after season 8.